I was thinking, just because I know there's a lot of confusion probably with older people or people who are deep within the church throughout their lives, but about the topic of sinning. I think it was like Rudolf Steiner that may have talked about it, but one of the greatest sins I guess you could commit, if there's a sin, would be not keeping your commitments to yourself. So not it's like a contract to yourself. So when you sin against yourself, that's one of the greatest things you do. But that also ties into when you're hurting other people, because you're sinning against yourself. Because ultimately, there's something that probably you felt within that you had to hurt somebody, or that can be a deeper topic as far as what's considered hurting people. But I think we're all adults and can understand when you're doing something wrong with somebody else, it probably stems from some type of self-trauma, which can be just kind of carried along through, lifetimes. So you never know what that is for each individual family, because it's usually the same trauma that, goes throughout a lineage, whether it be like somebody getting abused as a child, or it could be as simple as somebody just being abandoned or left, or being a baby and always have to figure out how to self-heal because they're left crying all the time. It's like kids cry, and that's why children are so important to protect, because they're so pure, and that soul that's on them, or that energy or that vibration they're sending out, is so pure. So until somebody sins upon that child, that's when now they're open for the more demonic spirits to notice that vibration as well, because there was no demonic spirits on them essentially until someone else sinned upon them, and that's just like hurting them in some way. As they get older, maybe like, oh, somebody got parents who travel, and that individual kid's real hurt could just be like, I wished my parents were there more. So it's not anything big, but it's those scars that we carry and that we don't heal throughout our life that grow into bigger scars, and we stop. Probably we're gonna either do that to our child with the learned behavior, or we're not gonna keep our own commitments to ourselves, as far as somebody can be people pleasing. If they got left alone or had to learn to self-heal, so they might people please for other people to try to get them to stay, and then also stop being true to themselves as far as approaching those own feelings and being, just being true to themselves. So it gets way simpler than that, because starting with just being true to yourself, or committing or holding on to, committing to self contracts, to be like, if you plan your day, and then usually you're going to notice throughout your day there's going to be all kinds of shit that happens to where it's going to try to stop you from keeping that plan. But these are just like the smallest ways you can do it, but just keeping to your plan from day to day, and just taking it